And someone behind us. Oh, look at that. Dutch person everywhere.
They are not joking around. That's such an Adam joke. Oh my gosh. The number of times mentioned dress.
Wow, krass.